Hi guys, Cindy here. So today I pulled out the old MacBook. So we'll do a movie with that. I've been using my little iPhone because I thought, that's what a lot of people do and people seem to like it, but I don't know how good they were. And I saw some of my old videos. I was just scrolling looking for something and I thought, well, those don't look that bad. So let's get started. So today we're going to do some long graffiti nails. But before we get started, so that they can be drying, I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the light blue ones so that it can be drying for me. Because I was thinking about putting these on my nails first and then doing them, but that's not doing my nails if I already have them done, is it? One, and then two, I didn't know how good I was going to be able to do these accent nails on my own hands. I'm used to doing them on the forms. And as soon as I get this done and let them start drying, I'll tell you what I've used. And you, of course, don't have to use this. You could even use some pre-colored nails, like off Amazon or something if you wanted to. Or paint your own. You don't have to use square, but square is kind of a popular shape right now. I like them all. At first I didn't really like square. I had some cute nails on the last few days. I did not record them. They were newspaper nails, and then I went and did a friend's nails just because she's an old friend yesterday. Anyway, so let me show you what we're going to use. I've got these graffiti foils off of Amazon, and I have not used them. I hope they're going to stick. I'm going to have to pick out one that's going to have some green and blue in it because, it's March. We've got the obligatory green color to use for a few days. I was thinking about either this one here or this. I guess any of these. This one here is kind of dark. I don't want to use that. I mean, it's cute. I like it, just not this time. So I'll grab one of these three. Or this one of these four, because I need some blue and green. And the polish I used, I hadn't used this, it's something different. It was this Maniology kit. I'd picked it off clearance last year. They were still overpriced. When you can go to Dollar Tree and buy $1 nail polish, I think it was 30 plus tax. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're still talking $5 a bottle. So that's still kind of pricey. But anyway, it was just this Maniology. And I used the green because I'd used kind of a lime green one once last week. And as much as I like it, we don't want to use the same color every week. And I used the dark blue. And I thought that would go good. I used blue and green last week for my nails, but I used the pastels. Okay, so then, what's the nails we're using? I want to get me some of the Apres squares, but I haven't yet. I just haven't wanted to spend the money. And they don't have a big box of natural, and so I haven't. I'm tried to buy like the little packets since I know what size I wear a few times, but my little iPad and stuff's so slow it's not pulling up the size. So if I'm on my big computer, if I can remember, I'll order me some packets. And I was thinking about the Challenge Legends too. Since I don't do other people's nails except for my friend, which she likes short nails, so I can just use anything and cut them down. I'm just going to buy my size. I'm not going to buy big boxes anymore. I kind of, there's nothing wrong with it, but they sell the individual packets. And so, if you just buy your size, there's no sense in having those nails that you can't wear just be thrown away. So you're better off just going to the pre-site, picking up the bags of just your size, and what is it, $3 something a package of 50, and you're not throwing anything away, and you've got old boxes that are laying around from old nails, or just leave them in the envelopes. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me some. But for the meantime, I did use these Sophie nail arts. They're okay, I guess, for a few days. They're not shaped the same, and they're flimsy. So what I did was I tried to do some just a regular polish the other night, and I was going to wear them yesterday, but I didn't feel like putting them on Friday night. So they're in an envelope. I might wear them another day, or I might end up throwing them away. But they were flimsy. So what I did to try to help these out is, what did I do? I just used a base coat of gel because I don't put this stuff on my fingers. I've definitely learned my lesson. I used a base coat of gel and a top coat before I painted them to try to give them a little bit of strength so they won't bend. And here's my nails. I don't know if you guys remember, this one nail, you know, they've been injured because of products, and so that's the reason we just use nail glue and adhesive tabs. And so they're doing good. See the cuticles? You know, you might see a lot of people that do videos and they say they bite their nails. Well, biting nails does not cause inflamed cuticles, okay? That is from those products they're using. And another thing too, this is probably not going to be very profitable, but anyone that says that they're using peel-off top coat, that means they're not wearing their own nails, okay? They're doing videos for ad revenue or whatever and wanting you to do the nails, but they don't even like them well enough to keep them on themselves, so, you know, I wouldn't trust that. I'm going to wear mine. So, let's get the glue on here, and let's go ahead and start putting the foils on. This friend that I did the nails for, she was using Color Street because a relative had been doing it. This is awful cute. True Face. They're all cute. They're all super cute. They're just all so cute. It's decisions. Now, I do have a light brown, blue background. So I was going to do a white background, but I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to see when that is clear. So let's see which ones we like best. There's several I like, but they didn't have the green. So these are kind of similar, but they're different. Similar, but different. This has got cherries and hearts. That could have been good for Valentine's. And mushrooms and green. And, okay, we're just going to use this one. We made our decision. Or this one up here looks good. It's kind of got a dark background. I'd kind of like to stick with the light blue background. So, let's get going. Okay, so is the other background better? They both look like blue. It's good enough. And so I just did 2 nails on one. You know, it was real tempting to do one of the pinky nails, but we needed that green. So, of course, I'm just going to wear these a few days, but you know how it is. The whole month, or at least up until the 17th, you know, it's kind of green. And this is the first time I've used these. Some of the foils I got a while back that just had like a whole lot of white space. And then a few things in the middle. I didn't like the way they turned out. It seemed like the white space didn't have any backing. And so like whenever I tried to put them on, I'd have this big sticky part. And it would have been, you know, and I was using the non-lamp kind of sticky. Now that turned out good. That came off good. So I don't know if I'm going to keep those or just chunk them. There's no sense in me using the space in my room if they're not any good. So let's do this other one. I do like foils. I like it better than stamping. That stamping is just too much work. I'm not saying I'll never stamp again. I did buy me some designer stamp plates, but it's just a lot of work for no more payback than you get. If you get some good foils. Now, after I get them on my fingers, then we will top coat them. See, do I have some top coat out? Got all kinds of stuff out. May not be the exactly one I want, but Oh, and I ordered me some magnetic lashes from Amazon, and I've got them on. I'll let you see them here better. Oh, in this light blue, it was just some, I think it was like Wet n Wild I got from Dollar Tree. I think there was like 2 things in a pack at Dollar Tree, and so that would have made it 50 cents. I just wanted something to have a background. I didn't want clear, because if it goes through, you want, to have a little bit of background there. And I kind of rub the sides off of it a little bit. I don't mean to, but I do, no matter what kind of top coat I use. I think I'm going to use like what do we got here? 2 top, clear, that says base coat. We don't want that one. Anyway, I'm going to put 2 top coats on. So I'll probably like to use a Sally Hansen clear, and then this Out the Door. That's some good, nice top coat. Although it seems like if you use 2 top coats of that, that's a bit much. So I don't want to use the same kind. This was not stuck on here real good because the little nail's not sticking on my stand. Here's that one. There's a little spot at the edge, but these are probably going to get cut tomorrow. I'm taking my husband to get a colonoscopy, and then I'll go to work. So I'm satisfied. We'll be cutting them down once I get to work, or at least some of them. The pointers for sure for typing. And this is not sticking on good either. I reuse these little pads on the stand. I don't replace them until they need it. And I might have waited too long to replace these. And I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more on that other one there. So that did good. But this one right here, the little edge, I kind of missed some. So let's see if we can get a little bit more on here. Nope. Anyway, whatever. But I love all of that. These scissors are awful. I use them to cut the tips of the nail bottles off, and you have to be careful. You have to remember to hold it open, because then you can't, when it's drying, because then you can't get them pried open. It takes 2 hands. Alright, so let's put this up. And anyway, these come off Amazon. I will hunt up the link and put it on there. And as I've said before, I'm not an affiliate. The only person that's going to get anything is the seller. And if anyone's interested, I think these were like $25. I don't know if I paid postage or not, but I did see them the other day. Because, I always look at nails. I love nails. It seems like there's free postage. So, but you don't get them immediately. I don't think they're prime. And so they're not prime. Okay, now what I'm hunting for is my nail glue. And also I got some new polish from Born Pretty we'll have to swatch and try out. That's what we're going to have to do. Because it's some thermal one. And I would have done it, but I really wanted to, today, but I really wanted to try this Graffitti foils. Did y'all see Susie's from Narrow Career Education's video? She had done, see, we got to make sure I got the right hand. So, she had done some graffiti nails with the Chon Legend. I think, so, let's, Put this on. We used to use the lamp. We've learned our lesson. We don't do that no more. You know, these hold up just as good or better as the stoves as you cook on, especially if you want to change them every week. This business of wearing nails for 3 weeks is not my thing. I like them to be different. And I don't like painting them on my fingers. So, we'll hold that down a little bit. Probably if I wasn't on camera, I would hold them down more, but we'll go ahead and speed through it. Hopefully it'll be okay. Oh, and you can tell I've got those little adhesive pads on. That's just for protection, and it makes it easier to get them off too. When I take them off, I just kind of like pry the edges a little bit, and then I kind of just swish them around in some nail polish remover for a little bit, and then do some more prying, and then swish some more, and that's pretty much all I have to do, and it comes right off. So. And my friend's nails, I use a lot of glue in her finger section. She says, am I doing this wrong? I'm like, no, I just use too much glue. I do that to myself a lot too. So I have to watch it because you don't want to get nail on the thing. But I put blank nails on her fingers and painted on her fingers because I know I do that, and I didn't want to do it. She would have paid me, but I wasn't going to let her. Because she's never wore these shoes using Color Street, and you know, we're friends. I don't want to take her money anyway. They're retired, but so especially since it's something I didn't know if I was convincing her to let me put these nails on her. So if I didn't want to take a penny, because then if she doesn't like it, I feel bad. This way I think, well, all I've done was waste her time. I was probably there about 3 hours, but like I said, I did her nails from start to finish, and we was like letting them dry in between coats, and then how it is with wet polish, you always gimp it up some, and so we had to repaint a nail and stuff like this. And then at the end she decided, well, she wants some full on one of the other nails too, which was fine with me, except that if I'd known that, I would not put so many. I would not double 2 coats of the main polish because, I worry about getting too thick. But it was okay. But next time I'm going to try to make her commit herself before we even put the fulls on, so I'll know how much to paint. And then I gimped up one nail doing fulls. So next time we're going to do the foils first and then do the second coat on the other ones. Live and learn. Live and learn. I just like to keep pressing them. See what I done? I did get some glue there. So I'll have to be careful because you don't want to take off the color. I might have took a little bit of color off. But it's just too bad the way it goes. When you have your own nail supplies, you can just redo them in a day or two. And I haven't been filing my inside of my nails or anything. I've just been gluing those dudes on. And they work just fine. I'll be interested to see how long hers lasts. She thinks it wants them to last 3 or 4 weeks through Easter. I said, I don't think anything's going to last through Easter. I told her, I've got my hair appointment next week, but I will come in a couple of weeks and redo your nails for you. So they'll look pretty at Easter. Of course, we want our nails pretty all the time anyway. So I'm hoping these nails I did for her will last at least 2 weeks. Some people say they last 3 weeks. I take mine off, and I have to get them off. They don't fall off, so I don't know how long mine would last if I wasn't doing them all the time. So has everyone had a great week? I hope so. And if you're wondering, this is Sunday morning. What is the day? It's the 5th, 6th. I think it's the 7th. And so it's early, and so I've got to finish this up so we can do the online church. Because right now, my husband, he's older. He's not wanting to get out right now. He has had both. He has had 2 shots. So I think we're going the week after, or the 21st, whatever that was. He said he could start going back. Okay, wrong nails. I got that glue on without pulling off my sticky. We will pull the other sticky off in a second. And another thing about these that's so nice, like when you're using the light to bond those things on, you have like a second to get it right. And there's been more times that every single nail, I had at least 2 or 3 crooked nails. This, you don't have to worry about it. You got plenty of time to move it around and make sure it's perfect. And these nails are not as good as the Apres. They're not shaped as good. They don't have as good a C-curve. But anyway, too bad, so sad. I bought them. I'm stuck with them. I have wasted a whole bunch because, I would say, oh, well, I'm not going to use these anyway. But I did want to do some squares. I think squares are popular now because there's more inventory or more surface area to show off designs. Especially, if you're painting, you want that. Or even if you don't, even if you just got some cute foils, you want to show that. Hold on. There we go. So, okay, good drink. Got 7-Up going on here. Okay. I put a couple little squeezes in. So this here it didn't look like I got all the plastic off, so we had to do that. And some people say that they just hold theirs 10 seconds. I don't know how that works out. Maybe they're not using as much glue as I use. I don't know. But I have to hold and hold and hold because I want to make sure that all that glue is kind of dry and stuck there good. And they're not using the little adhesive tabs, but that shouldn't make that any different. It's probably a amount of glue I'm using. Hold this just a little bit more. The thumbs, I have to really watch the thumbs. I hold them. I probably will paint those off camera because I want to hold those a little while before I paint them because then I can't hold them down anymore. You want to make sure they're good and stuck, and then be sure to keep your hands out of water for 2 hours when you're done. Uh-oh. I didn't get all the little tab off. There, it's off now. There we go. Now this finger is my sore finger. Remember, when I lifted that one, it is doing so much better, but I have to baby it and be careful with it. And so probably I wear this long for today and tomorrow morning when I get to work. That dude's getting cut off, probably about at least half an inch. Because you can it gets sore, and I definitely don't want to, have it try to type with it too long. and have it lift on me anymore. I'm trying to get that all the way grown out. It definitely has taken its time. And then it kind of had a little bit of a, what do you call it? Not backsliding, relapse when I was wearing them. You know, I had some little pre-made coffins or something I picked off Amazon. And they're okay, but I can't wear them right now because, you know, I like doing my own nails. But, and I was typing with them, and I think wearing too long of nails and trying to type was kind of lifting it back. So I'm trying to be super duper careful. We just wear the long nails on the weekends, and then we cut them back to go to work. So tomorrow, after the colonoscopy, and I go to work, we'll be cutting these dudes down. So try to hold it a little bit longer. Typically, I count. Y'all don't want me counting though, so I'll just talk instead. Okay. I just counted to 10 on each one of these. I'm going to count the 30s here, and then we'll get off. So. Okay, we'll be holding it down more. Probably as long as you keep it. I just want to make sure all the glue is dry, and you know, and I use quite a bit, and so especially after you put, I'm gonna put a top coat on it. Like if I already have my top coat on it, you know, and it's good and dry, I can keep pressing. But I kind of learned my lesson. Too many times I kind of mess up and get glue on there, and so I kind of like to do the top coat last after I get them on. And did I tell you, when I prepped my nails, I just got them good and clean and everything. I put a couple of coats of this Sally Hansen on there for, it's kind of moisturizing. Yeah, that's when I'm getting crooked. I need to straighten that dude up. Yeah, these are not as good as the Apres. I mean, they're okay. They're better than nothing, but if you can get the Apres, that's probably what you need. Because, like, even this is the same size. I wear a size 5 for this finger, and I can kind of see little edges. But, you know, if you go too big, then they're too big. So, you know, it's just, the Apres are just good nails. Or I guess if you was just kind of using these for a base and then doing acrylic or something. Speaking of, I bought a dip kit. I was wanting to do a dip kit, but the activator, they had the powder, it had something else, it didn't have the activator. So I sent the seller an email. I thought, well, rather than just give them a scathing review, I was going to give them a chance to. So they said they was going to refund half the money, but I couldn't figure out how to get that going. Our internet connection was slow or something, and I don't know. I said, yeah, that would be fine. Who knows if we will. I'm not going to give them a bad review, though. That's not nice. So I'll just order me some activator. But anyway, maybe I'll order a little kit of just, you know, the solutions only, and maybe one gel kit. And this was like, had blue and green and stuff. For some reason, I was in a green mood, probably because of the holiday. I do like green. You know, especially like lime green. Okay. I got some Art Deco fulls. That's gonna be nice. And that's what I had done Friday, but I just, you know, I was having some nerve pain, and I just was not up. I've been having it all day. I should have took some Tylenol. I took Tylenol the next day, and that helped. But I was just, after that, I was just not up to messing with nails. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is here, a little bitty piece of the thing didn't come off. So I'm trying to get the rest of that plastic off. The top, there it is, that top plastic. That happens every now and then. I bought one set of these little things, and that is the hardest thing to get that little plastic off. I think it's because I was wanting to do the kind of curved rounded part, at the end of the nails. And so whenever I would do it that way, it was just, they did not want to come off at all. But when I flipped them to do the rounded part at the top, they did better. So let's hold these down for a little bit. And then we'll push them all down. So that's what they're going to look like. I hope the green and the blue match. Yeah, there's a little bit of green in here. But the dark blue definitely matches. Okay, so let's hold this a little bit more, because it probably should start with the thumb, but I like to do the thumb last. So that one. These last two nails never get enough attention as far as the pressing down. And you can kind of look at the back of it. That's what I'm doing now. Kind of look at the back of it, see if any liquid's coming out the top, which I might not have used as much on this. It seemed like I was getting a lot of glue in there, but I might not have. This is my little injured finger, but he's doing so much better. As long as we baby it, probably in a week or two, it'll just be good as new. I don't know how fast nails grow. Okay. Glue, glue. But we sure made sure we held down my friend's nails really good, because, you know, I can do my own nails. If my nails don't turn out good, or if they're whatever, no big deal. But since she can, or, you know, I want to make sure hers was going to stay on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do foils on all nails or just accent nails? She kind of wanted hers. She wanted a thumb. I told her ring finger always looks, you know, like I want to do different fingers each nail. But she wanted to do the same. So I said, well, the ring finger is always good for an accent nail. Okay, I'm going to do this. Okay. But, so we did that, and then she wanted the thumb. And then she's looking at them. Like I told you, she decided she wanted the pointer done too. Look what I done. It looks like that's crooked. But that's okay. It'll be cut down. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. My pointer fingers, it seems like they're always a little on the crooked side. I think it's the shape of my fingers. And if you'll look at it, like, I don't know. One side of the finger is always shorter. Anyway, it's going to be cut. It's okay. For me. Now, for her, I want hers to be just perfect, or exactly what she wanted. I mean, her style is not my style, okay? But I wanted her to be happy with them. So, because I wasn't going to be able to come for a couple of weeks to her house. But I knew her when I was at PCG. It's Donna. We've been friends a long, long time. Yeah. So it looks like the pointers, I might have them a little on the crooked side. Oh well, it's just the way it goes. So when they're sitting up like this, they look okay. But when I pull them down, they look crooked. So when I take my thumbnail, I'll have to be careful. Okay. I could take it off and redo it, but nah, that's too much work. And they're both that way. I think it's the way I'm looking at them. So Anyway, when they get cut shorter, it won't be as noticeable. It's just that they're so long. So this is what they look like. But we got to top coat them. Let's hold these thumbs a second more. Too bad I didn't notice that finger being crooked before I started all the pressing. For some reason, I must have thought it was straight. Obviously. Okay. Some people say they can just, at 10 minutes a nail, they hold these on, they'll be able to do those nails and no time. And what you can do if you want, I'm not going to, I'm out later, we'll see. Kind of put a little, and I did this, put a little nail glue underneath too. Like if you're really serious about wanting to keep these dudes on, that's what I did to Donna's. I glued underneath them too. Okay, so we've done all the pressing we can do, and after we get our top coat on, we can't do no more pressing. So let me grab the one I want. I want this Sally Hansen one. This is something I picked off of Amazon, and I do like that real well, and I might do it, later on after this first top coat tries. But it seemed like it was cloudy or something if you do more than one top coat, so I only want to do that one once. So let's see. I love top coat. Or I could use this cheapo top coat. Super dry. I got from probably Dollar Tree. Anyway, that's fine. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to use this cheap top coat. And then I'll put that other one on later. Can y'all see? You are going to see why I don't like painting on my nails. I really didn't like doing Donna's painting on her nails either, but I knew that when we went to glue it on, there was potential for me to mess it up. But plus, I wouldn't be able to let them dry. Like these here, before I even thought about getting ready or anything, I went and put the, I started working on them so that the polish could be drying, and I, dry a couple hours, and I wouldn't leave a thumbprint on it or a fingerprint. So after I upload this, I'm gonna wait for these to get good and dry, and I'll take a thumbnail. Well, they don't have to be good and dry; they have to be dry enough, and put it on the picture. Unless, of course, I think YouTube's picked out a halfway decent thumbnail. This might have been a mistake using this cheap stuff. So that one. Especially these super long nails. We'll see how that looks. One reason I want to do a second coat on these foils, they can want to chip off on me. They do a little bit better on the gel, but as you well know, I don't want gel on my hands because of allergies or whatever. Plus, I was probably buying like super cheap stuff that had all kinds of bad chemicals in it. Maybe if you used to buy expensive stuff, it wouldn't do that. But the stuff I've been buying off, online has got chemicals. But anyway, I started this a second ago. Susie did some graffiti nails. She had painted hers. I don't know what all she did. She's, talented. And she was painting it on her own fingers, too. I saw her painting like big old letters that was kind of funky, And I guess she's had a lot of practice. That's what we need to learn to do is calligraphy. And we can make our own letters. So, okay. So I'm going to let this dry. And I'm going to take a thumbnail. And then I will post it maybe or maybe not. We'll just have to see. I'm going to hold this up a little bit. So maybe the YouTube will just pick it up. So, alrighty. So, okay. So, okay. Now here's the magnetic eyelashes. I don't know if you can see them. Get that bangs out of the way. So, anyway, I touched them. That's okay. I don't know if you can see them or not. I think I like them because I know on the regular eyelashes, you just feel, even a brand new pair that you've not worn a bunch of times, you feel like there's glue all over the place. I can't hardly see now. We gotta get some glasses on. Anyway, so that's what they still look like, even with me touching them. And I'll have to wear these today at home by myself and tomorrow morning. And then when I get to work, guess what? Snip, snip, snip. Yeah, I can't type in these. So, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.